Hello everyone, my name is Akash and today in this video I'm going to show you how Oracle 12.2 architecture works, what has been introduced by Oracle Corporation in this version, and we will also have a brief look over the previous architecture of 12.1 and we will see what are the differences in 12.1 and 12.2. This is going to be a short video which will let us know the architecture level changes. However, I will keep on posting more videos on my channel, so you can subscribe at the end of watching this video. Right, so we are now going ahead and proceeding further. So first of all, when we talk about this multi-tenant container database architecture, which was actually released in 12.1 version, we know that we have the environment there where we are running one instance and we have a container database attached to it, and instance is working for the container, and multiple pluggable databases are basically associated with the same CDB, okay, or the container database, or we can also call it root. So multiple pluggable databases are working there. One of the pluggable is set as seed PDB. We call it seed PDB because that is one which we use for further provisioning of new databases or the new pluggable databases. Apart from that, we can also go ahead with the user-based or the local PDBs which we can configure from our side. Now, when we talk about this 12.1 architecture, first of all, we are seeing here one instance and there are multiple set of databases on the screen. You can see sales PDB, you can see HR PDB, you can see CDB seed PDB and CDB root container. So root container is the major thing, okay, and it is just kind of a big umbrella under which we will plug multiple things together. And when we talk about this root especially, this root is going to have the system sysOps table spaces. It contains undo table spaces. We have control files and redo log files, and all of them are associated with this root container. Apart from that, when we talk about the pluggable databases in PDB level, we have CDB seed PDB. The seed PDB we will use further to create more pluggable databases. Apart from that, we have user-based or the one you have created for the applications or any kind of data that you want to access. So there we have sales PDB and HR PDB in this example. The benefit that we were getting with this 12.1 model was basically we were not having the overhead of managing or maintaining multiple databases together. Now, just assume that we are running with maybe 30 databases onto a single server in a non-CDB model. Okay, non-CDB model stands for a model which we had earlier till 11 release 2, that we are running one database associates with an instance, right? So assume now we are running 30 databases onto a same box, and 30 databases where they had 30 instances associated to them. Now, running 30 instances on the same server was a big overhead for us, and that overhead is somewhere removed by this particular feature of multi-tenant container and pluggable model. When we talk about this multi-tenant container and pluggable model, I really, I don't need to have 30 databases and then 30 instances associated to them. So what I do is I can have 30 databases now, but all of them will share a single instance. So what I'm getting there is the benefit at the memory level, because when we run with 30 instances, you can assume now how much memory we are going to allocate to 30 instances, right? And apart from that, when we are talking about 30 instances, that we are going to have the memory. Apart from that, we also have the process overhead. That each instance runs a lot of background processes, which we can see here, right? So background process level problems or the overhead that has also been removed by this multi-tenant model. With this multi-tenant model, what we are getting here is that only one instance and one set of background processes. So I need not to have 30 instances. Apart from that, if we talk about the management is really very easy when we talk about a container database. Assume now you are doing the performance monitoring, and in the performance monitoring part in a regular 11 release 2 database, you have 30 databases and you are doing 30 time ASH analysis, 30 time AWR analysis, 30 set of snapshots are getting captured for each database. And of course, for all of them are running with a different instance. So starting with this multi-tenant model, that performance monitoring overhead is also reduced, that we can monitor the whole thing as one. So that's what basically which was new in 12.1. Now coming to 12.2. The 12th year release to a brand new introduction by Oracle Corporation, and if we talk about basically the 12.2 model, this has the concept of application containers. Okay, so now we are not only dependent over the container root and PDB, we also have the concept of application root and then the application PDB. So first of all, we need to understand what an application container is. I'm just going to have the pointer here. Yes, what the application container is. Now, when we talk about this application container, this is a collection of PDBs which are grouped together within the same container database and which are used to store the data for a particular application. So I'm not going to have multiple PDBs, okay, or individually or independently. I need not to run them. I can group them together under the application root or application container, to be more precise. Now, when we talk about the application container, it consists of application root, which you are seeing here. Let me mark it here. Yes, this is the application root. Apart from that, we can go ahead with optional applications feed PDB. Now, this is optional. If you want to create the application feed PDB for provisioning of a new PDB within that application root, you can. Otherwise, you can simply skip it. And application PDBs, you can further configure. Okay. Now, starting with version 12.2, Oracle has introduced this concept of application container that is actually offering us the capability to have a single master application, to have all the definition. And this is basically created by the time we create the CDB itself. And now, when we talk about the application root, this root is a hybrid. Okay, I always call this root as a hybrid root between the CDB root as well as PDB. Okay, so between this root and a particular PDB, between these, this is a hybrid. Okay, because it belongs to the CDB root and shares the description of Oracle supplied common objects, while at the same time it also allows that we can create the application common objects, or we can create the application common users in the application root itself. So such objects are not visible to the CDB root, which if you are logged in at the root level, at the container level, you won't get the access to the application root things. But yes, when we are connected to the PDB, we can have access to the PDB data. The same kind of security that Oracle was using till 12.1 that is also inherited into 12.2. Apart from that, you are seeing here application feed PDB. So when we talk about feed PDB, this is optional. Okay. So after an application PDB is created, all the statements that are used, for application installation, or maybe patching, or maybe upgradation, they must be reapplied in the application PDB by the synchronization method, and that's a time-consuming process, of course. So with an application feed, okay, which is dedicated to a particular application group. So application feed is different and CDB feed is PDB is different. So they are two different things. Application feed PDB is associated with the application root where actually you are running, and it says synchronization of the application code in the application feed. Okay, that must be completed before application PDB is created. And any kind of cloning that you want to do, or whatever, new PDBs you want to create, you can create from application feed PDB. So no need to always be dependent over the CDB feed. So that's what they have done here in the application feed or application PDB level. Now, when we talk about the container types which have been introduced in 12.2 especially, so now we have here the three sets. First is CDB $root. This is same that we had earlier. Okay, so to summarize, I can say a CDB is an Oracle database which contains the CDB root, CDB seed, and multiple pluggable databases. Now, pluggable databases can be of two natures. They can be regular PDBs, okay, regular PDBs, which we had in 12.1, or they can be application PDB, which are there in 12.2. So it is your choice that whichever way would you like to go for. You can still go with regular PDB. And for your information, the maximum number of PDBs which we had earlier in version 12.1 was 252 PDBs, which we could have basically, because 253 was the total and one was the seed. And starting with version 12.2, you can go ahead with 4096 PDBs. 4096 is the new number of PDBs which you can create. So right, we were talking about the CDB dollar root. So CDB dollar root is the first and mandatory container which is created at the CDB creation, and it holds all the Oracle supplied, common objects and metadata, and apart from that, common users, common roles. So same thing is there in 12.1. It's very same as there in 12.2. In a CDB, there is only one CDB dollar root. Please remember. Same way. Only one seed PDB can be there in a container. Only one seed PDB. And this seed PDB, we are talking about the CDB level seed. Okay, because we have also seen the application seed, right? So that application seed right now I'm not referring to. I'm referring here to the CDB seed. So there will be only one CDB seed and only one CDB root. Apart from that, whatever you do it at the application container level or application root level. Okay, so always remember that there is always one application root PDB for each application container that has been created, and each application container may have an application seed PDB as well. That is completely up to you. You want to go with the application seed PDB or not. So as I earlier said, now the number is increased. 4096 is the maximum number of PDBs which you can create. However, there is also a new parameter. Okay, there is also a new parameter, max underscore PDBs. Let me write here, max underscore PDBs. So this max PDBs, basically, it helps you to define how many PDBs can be created for your database. So this is an initialization parameter. We can go ahead with this max PDBs parameters. We can control the number that the PDBs can be created, and now you can then if we talk about 12.1, we had queried their $V containers, right? So in those $V containers views, we have now all the container information, including the CDB root, including CDB seed. We get the information about regular PDBs. We get the information about application PDBs. We get the information about application seed. We get the information about application PDBs. So now this is which is at the architecture level, the major changes are there in 12.2. These are the design changes. I hope you will enjoy this video, and I will keep on posting more videos on YouTube. For more my upcoming videos, you can subscribe to the channel, and the next videos I'm going to post will contain the patching topics, how to patch 12.1 to 12.2, the upgradation, and then more into the 12.2 stack. So thanks everyone for watching. Take care. Goodbye.